Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. We have a team that has had a ton of issues at second base, and we're about to change that. Keston Hiura has been our guy at second base. We try to give him a little bit of a chance. While I don't think he's fully dead to us, I think we got to move on from him. So technically, I guess he's dead to us. The Yankees have been talking about shopping Gleyber Torres. We noticed him on the trade block, and I'm like, if they're trying to get rid of Gleyber Torres, we got to go ahead and make a play. So we're offering Keston Hiura and Robert Newstrom for Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar. This is literally highway robbery, but the Yankees are trying to shed salary. They're trying to move on from Gleyber Torres. They like what they have with DJ LeMahieu, think he'll be good for a couple more seasons, and we're gonna give them a guy that, again, they can try to turn around in Hiura. It works for both sides. Miguel Andujar, I think, is really the gem of this. While we're excited about Torres and happy to have him, Andujar can play first base and third base along with left field, and we really don't have anybody in the bench that can really play first or third as much as we want to, so this is a giant W for us. Andujar obviously hasn't played a ton this season, but he's batting .345 in 16 games that he's ultimately played with 6 homers and 17 RBIs. And our brand new second baseman in Gleyber Torres has been struggling a little bit. He's actually been in AAA for a lot of the season, but he's batting .193 in the majors with 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, 17 strikeouts, and 11 walks. This has not been a great season for him, but again, I think kind of like we thought for Hiura, that we can turn things around for him. The other great piece about Gleyber Torres is that we have him obviously for $5.8 million this year. He has arbitration in 23 and 24, and then he hits free agency in 2025. So again, we didn't really have to give up a ton to still have salary control for this guy for a couple of more seasons, and hopefully we can sign him, assuming he's still good. The All-Star break is pretty much here, and we are not at the top of the division, or second, or third for that matter. We're 3 games away from being in the bottom of the division, but you know what it is what it is. Right now, we are 48 and 49. We're 9 games back in the division lead, but we're working our way there. Okay, the Yankees have 6 games ahead of us right now. I think we're going to be just fine. It's now getting Torres. We can try to make a play. And if we don't make a play, we still have the foundation to be a really good team next year. Now, the All-Star game is here, and you're seeing these sort of top vote getters on our side. Syndergaard ends up being the top pitcher. We see from a relief side, Chad Green takes that spot. From a closing pitcher is Liam Hendricks. We go to the catcher, Salvador Perez, with Ali Rushman not being too far. He's like 200,000 votes away, but he's not super far. First base is Miguel Sano with Mountcastle taking 4th. We go to second base, we end up seeing Marcus Semien take that one. You go to third base, you're going to see Jose Ramirez. Again, you're not really seeing any of our guys at this point. Shortstop is going to be Xander Bogaerts, with CJ Abrams not being too far off from that spot. You see left field is going to be Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Again, you're not really seeing anybody from our team. But the beauty of it is we have Cedric Mullins in center field. We're going to player lock him to see what he can do here in the All-Star game, but Mullins takes the first spot, beating out Mike Trout and Luis Robert, which is a super tough thing to do. And then right field, we're going to see Aaron Judge taking the #1 spot pretty considerably, if I have to say so. Really quickly in the National League, you're going to see Jacob deGrom, Anthony Bass, Mark Melicone is going to be your closing pitcher. Your catcher is Will Smith. Your first baseman is Freddie Freeman. Second baseman is Ketel Marte, who we also try to make a trade for, but he's on basically 1 year for his contract, hits free agency next season. They wanted significantly too much, and we just couldn't afford to give up some of that young talent for a 1-year rental. Third base is going to be Austin Riley. Shortstop is going to be Trey Turner. Left field is Chris Taylor. Center field is Ronald Acuna Jr. And then right field is going to be Mr. Mookie Betts. Mr. Cedric Mullins is leading things off again, batting .294, 25 home runs this season. Cedric Mullins has been everything we've asked him to be and so much more. Love to see what this guy's doing. Mullins versus deGrom is honestly what you pay for. Nice little foul ball there, even the count up. Mullins again, fouling one off. Oh my God, he almost hit it. Look at Mullins. Like, what the heck you doing, man? We in the All-Star game. Chill. Little 2-2 count coming here from deGrom. That one's inside as well, going to a full count now. Anything close, you got to swing here. Of course. That's Jacob deGrom. We see you. Okay, Mullins obviously struck out the first time, but you know he's coming right back. Good thing is, none of these stats actually matter. So if he has a terrible game, it is what it is. But I would love to see this dude get the MVP, because I think he's going to be the MVP of just not our team. I think he's going to be the MVP of the league soon enough. Guy on first and second. Oh my God, that was a disgusting curveball. But 1-1 action. Inside again. Okay. Mullins gets a hold one. It's a perfect, but it's a double play. Great hit. It just unfortunately went right to the second baseman. Trey Turner over the plate. Literally no one has scored in the All-Star game yet. It's been obviously pretty close. Couple of close calls, but nothing really all the way. Mullins making a play over here in right center field. Easily grabs that one and keeps that runner at first. Mullins back up in a pretty tough game. Struck out, then had the ground out. Again, these stats don't matter, but we still love to see this dude get something big here. Steven Strasburg up for the National League. It's a 2-2 ball game. Mullins got a hold of one, but it's a little early. If Mullins can get a single here with 2 outs, he can definitely take the lead here for the American League. Strasburg, though, cognizant of that. Throws one a little outside. That one ends up getting fouled off again. A little tough here. 2 pitches we maybe shouldn't have swung at. Maybe 3 we shouldn't have swung at, and that one's to the shortstop. Ooh, Mullins with a chance to get one here. That one's going to go off his glove. So close to making a nice play, but instead it's just a really long single for Mookie Betts. And unfortunately, Giancarlo Stanton's going to come in for Cedric Mullins. Mullins doesn't not get a hit here in the All-Star game. But you know what? He made it. That's all that matters to us. The National League ends up winning a super close one, 4-3. Mullins, again, does not get a hit, but you know what? I'm still proud of that dude. He come out there, he did some good things, maybe had a bad play in the field, but overall, it was a good experience for him. With the All-Star game out of the way, we are picking up. We got DL Hall on the mound for us here, back at home. And you might notice we're facing the Yankees, which means Darrow Rd comes back technically home, and Gleyber Torres faces his former team. It's going to be a really interesting matchup to see who can ultimately get this W. But right now, we're just focused on trying to not have a ball go down the first baseline. Oh, God, we played that absolutely horrible, too. Suzuki's going to try to get it in. We are in literal shambles, so they get a leadoff double. Tim LeCastro with 99 speed on second base with this Yankees lineup is beyond scary. We also have a really young pitcher on the mound in DL Hall, who I'm honestly super high on. Maybe not as high on as Grayson Rodriguez, who I think will be up in the majors next season, but he's still a dude I think can really make some plays. Possibly walking people are the plays. To make matters worse, we have a massive human being there and Judge up, and they have the bases loaded already. They're going to send LeCastro home. We got a gun going there. The Yankees are already up 1-0. And then Giancarlo Stanton's up. That was a home run, but foul. Needing a punch out desperately here. I mean, they are just absolutely killing us. They're sending a guy with 68 speed. What is the last days ago throw there from Austin Hayes? But what a gun. Okay, never mind. Never mind. He knew what he was doing. Note to the Yankees, don't test Austin Hayes. He might have just took his time while he was throwing that one, but he still gunned your guy out. Hall again in literal shambles. I don't want to pull a pitcher in the first inning, but it's close. Rizzo finally a lefty. The Yankees do have a lot of lefties in this lineup, which is one of the reasons why we're pretty comfortable pitching Hall, but he's got to get that control down. Right now, it's just not quite there. Rizzo does swing in a bad one that luckily saved us. Coming back with a slider, running it away from him. Rizzo's going to get a hold of that one. Hayes has a chance to get a beat on it. He's going to be close, and Hayes is going to get there. He made 2 great plays to help us get out of what could have been a nightmare inning. The Yankees have a lefty in the mound themselves, and Tyler Alexander. Abrams gets a hold of one, pokes that one out to right field, but it's just going to go to Judge, who's pretty deep, but not too far. Gleyber Torres, an opportunity to go against his former team and see what he can ultimately do. Prove him wrong a little bit. And Gleyber goes yard in the first one. No shot. Please be fair. It's foul. By literally 2.6 feet, it's foul. How incredible of a story would that have been for Gleyber to go yard in the very first pitch he sees from the Yankees? Well, that gives me a little bit of optimism. Maybe he just needed to change the scenery. Maybe he was tired of being in AAA and bouncing back and forth, splitting time with DJ LeMahieu. He just needed a shot to be the guy again for his team, and he definitely has a chance to do that here. Gleyber gets a hold of one. Unfortunately, it's not going to be as deep as his previous one. It goes to left field, but this one's significantly shorter. Our MVP, though, Mr. Cedric Mullins. I would like to make sure we get Alexander out of this game sooner rather than later, but you kidding me? Mullins is gone. Man, Cedric Mullins had not a great all-star game, but good Lord. This man came right back at him. Then we get another great hit. This one's trailing back a little bit as well. This one's going deep. They're going forward. This one is literally at the warning track. Mountcastle nearly goes back-to-back with Mullins, but Mullins sets the tone, evens this game right back up. All right, we'll see if DL Hall can just do better than what he had in that first inning, which honestly isn't going to be too difficult to do better. Ball goes to Torres. LeMahieu, who is taking his spot, ends up getting thrown out. Aaron Hickson for the Yankees. Nice little fastball, and Hall settles in a little bit, gets his first strikeout of the game. Hall definitely has some good stuff. We just need him to settle down. Just that first inning against the Yankees, he was not doing there, but he comes with back-to-back strikeouts. What a great inning by the young fella. Seiya Suzuki comes in here, leading off the second inning for us. Nice little cut, but that one goes foul. I really feel like this team we built in Baltimore is just more and more complete than I think what we had at the start of the season. We have depth. We have guys that can play in different positions now. We've got interchangeable pieces. We've got youth. We've got veterans. We've got a couple of unproven players looking to rewrite their history. We've got it, I think, pretty much figured out. Our pitching is definitely still young, and we've got a lot of young guys that are going to need some time in the majors to turn things around. But honestly, I think with John Means sort of leading that rotation and some of these young guys getting more experience this year, next year they're going to be dangerous. Suzuki has a great little hit there, puts himself on first base, nobody out. Santander up. They do a pitch out, but we're not really going to be stealing a lot with Suzuki. Santander is typically hit pretty well against Tyler Alexander. Batting about 500 against it for his career. Gets a hold of one here. That one's going back. Left fielder's going. This one's deep. This one's back. This one is at the wall. He robbed the home run. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna be honest. I can't even be mad at that. That's literally the #1 play in ESPN Sports Center tonight. What a play. This one, though, I don't know if it's coming back. Seam area. Oh, just kidding. This one's not even going to be close to the fence. It looked like it was gone. It was a great hit. Austin Hayes, 12 home runs in the season. Doesn't have a ton of RBIs for the amount of home runs that he actually has hit so far, but he's been good this season. Full count for him. I don't know what it is, but we have hit multiple shots to left field so far. That one, though, you ain't catching that one. Hey, this team's out here just shelling this dude. Not obviously the Yankees ace. This is really the bottom of their rotation, but I'll take it. And look, every single game matters. The team feels rejuvenated. We got a lot of guys finally a little bit healthy this season. I really like what this team is built. And look at the little bloop there by Gorman to get himself on first base with 2 outs. That's going to bring up the starting part of our lineup. Alexander's going to be close to 40 pitches after this one. This one, though, is going to be blooped out of left field. Probably going to be caught. Left fielder's racing in, and he's got that one, but still. Alexander is throwing 40 pitches through 2 innings. It's not looking good for him right now. Now, we seem like to the 5th inning, and unfortunately, D.O. Hall gave up 7 runs last inning. So we're pulling him. I'm kind of shocked that he's still in the game when he gave up 7 runs in 1 inning, and the manager didn't pull him, which usually they pull pitchers during that stuff, and nobody was up in the bullpen. But we're going to try to just get him through one last at bat, do a little mound visit, and then we'll let D.L. Hall just think about what happened today. Because it was not good. Suzuki's going to try to get in to stop this from being a hit, and Suzuki with a great play in right field makes the first out. So yeah, Rob is going to be making a pitching change here. Alex Reyes is going to come in, who I'm pretty sure we talked about how we acquired him a video or 2 ago. But Alex Reyes, a new addition to the team, 30 innings pitched so far in the season. I'm excited to have him here. Now, he is going to face a lefty, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's Aaron Hicks, so I'm not as worried. Okay, the Yankees are about that life. So maybe it's more so the Yankees just finally waking up more so than anything about us. But hey, we'll take that strikeout. Castro's up. This dude obviously had a double earlier in the game, but he's not getting anything here as Reyes settles down and gets back-to-back strikeouts. All right, Alexander's actually still in the game. Since we simulated, he's settled in a ton. He's only thrown 20 pitches through 2 combined innings, so things are looking a little bit better for him. We obviously like to change that up a little bit, get a little bit of a rally started, because good Lord, are we down tremendous. 3-2 count. Nice little cut, but again, it goes to the first baseman. It's a pretty easy play for the Yankees. Abrams had a solid attempt at the plate both times, but it ended up being a fly out each and every single time. This one is probably going to result in being the exact same, as that goes directly to Hicks, who makes the second out of the game. Gleyber Torres still looking for a hit against his former team right now. Again, this is the first game of that series, so he's got an opportunity. Good cut again. I'm still pretty sad for him because he did have a home run. It was just 2 feet outside of the foul pole. If the wind's blowing a little bit of a different way, maybe to the right-hand side, it's going to be a home run, but instead he's popping out yet again to his former teammate. Kinerfer left us up. We're trying to get this man out of here. Look, our goal is just to not let them score any more runs. If we can get a little bit of a rally going, get a couple of punch-outs, get him chilling, we'll be good, just like that. Really, all Reyes has done is thrown 1 bad pitch. Other than that, he's been great. Like, I'm liking what I'm seeing from him so far. He's got hitters chasing that slider. They're struggling to keep up with it a little bit. He's got a 2-1 count here against Aaron Judge. Gets him inside for a called second strike. Going up here with a little high heat. And he's still down. Look, Reyes is dealing, okay? It's just what happened in the earlier part for D.O. Hall was not great. Little full count here. Oh, my God. Reyes with the placement. Stanton, we'll be seeing you. We desperately need to get a right-hander in. As many guys as we have that end up batting left, we need a righty in so we can have our guys take advantage of that. And unfortunately, they're bringing in a left-hander through the bullpen, so even if we get Alexander up out of here, it's not looking super great for us. But we have scored 3 runs, though, on a lefty. Little 2-2 count here from Alexander. Mullins, sat on it, but hit it a little foul. Just slightly early on that one, unfortunately. This one he gets a hold of, though. It's dying a little quicker than we want to, and Judge, all 8'9", who's going to catch that. Mountcastle, again, had some great cuts this afternoon as well. Nearly had a home run after Mullins hit his home run earlier. Still looking for his first hit. We were saying that a lot for, I guess, a lot of our roster at the moment. Mountcastle, nearly an all-star this season, but ultimately missed out at the last minute. It was honestly the last few weeks of the season that kind of hurt him, or I guess the first half of the season that hurt him, because he was on a heck of a pace early on. And for most of June, he was actually sitting at either the 1 or the 2 spot in terms of the All-Star game for top voted first baseman, but he just fell out due to poor performance at the end, and some other guys heating up. Suzuki obviously scored a run for us earlier, had a nice little single. He's got Mountcastle on first and 1 out. Let's see if he can get a little bit of a rally started. We need one right now. Takes that first and making it 2-1. Moving ahead to a 2-2 count. Suzuki got a hold of one. That's got some decent distance, but again, it's dying in the air right now. All right, so the Yankees are going to bring in Joely Rodriguez, 6-3 in the year, 46 innings pitched with a 4.1 ERA. So that's French for he gives up a couple of runs, which we'll obviously welcome right now. 2 outs now. Santander up. Takes that one to make it 2-1. Santander is not a speedster, but he is 17 doubles in the season, tied for 3rd on our team. You'd love to see it. Probably the pitch we wanted to hit, and we missed it. 2-2 now. Rodriguez trying to get this out. Ends up seeing one poked out to right center field, and Judge is just going to get there. Big fella's got some wheels on him. Top of the 7th, Reyes still in here. He's been pitching extremely well. Want to see if he can just get another inning or 2 out of him. As it stands right now, he's got plenty of stamina left, so that's a W for us. Didn't swing in the last one, trying to get him punched out here. He does. Another great strikeout for Reyes. Rizzo's 0 for 3, kind of tough to do that. Nice placement of that fastball, fouls it off. He's coming back here with a slider on the outside part of the plate, just misses and he doesn't even bite. One circle change inside, that's way too far inside. Loses complete control. Rizzo's on with a full count. Gets him a foul it off again. Gonna try to tempt him here with a slider. Reyes has wasted a lot of energy on this at bat. But with a fastball, that one is hit. Suzuki's got to jump on it. Can he get there in time? And Suzuki making great play after great play in right field. LeMahieu obviously a little embarrassed with that strikeout earlier. Trying to make sure he stays alive here. Reyes coming back with a 2-seamer on him. LeMahieu gets a hold of that and rips it foul. Tempting him again. Slider. He gets a hold of this one. LeMahieu doesn't really have the wheels he used to have. Torres, though, easy play. Gets his former guy that's starting ahead of him out this time to end the inning. Bottom of the 7th inning, we desperately have to get some runs going. Like, I just don't know how much longer we can really handle this. Rushman's going to pull one off to the foul side. Oh, actually, it's going to stay fair, but it's going to be caught by, this time, Aaron Judge, who's made a ton of grabs so far this game. Austin Hayes been one of the few bright spots for us. He's worked himself into a full count here against Rodriguez. He's only thrown 15 pitches, about an inning and a half of work. This one is ripped perfect, and it's drilled on the line to get himself a nice base hit. Gorman 1 for 2 in the afternoon. Sitting with a 1-2 count, the guy on first and 1 out. Takes that ball. And he just whiffs on a pitch perfectly in the center of the plate. You hate to see it. Abrams again, trying to get something going. 0 for 3 in the afternoon. He's been fantastic. Pushing for sort of a Rookie of the Year campaign, but you're not going to win it lining out to the shortstop. Reyes has been great, but obviously that stamina is starting to weigh on him a little bit. We're going to try to make sure we get him up out of here after this inning, if he can finish it, but we'll get somebody up in the bullpen, likely Dylan Tate. Catcher up for the Yankees now, going with the circle change on the outside. He swings and misses. Running low, high heat, little 2-seamer up there. He swings and jams him. Back inside this time with a slider, a little bit too inside. He somehow gets a hold of it, tries to turn on it, but he can't. Suzuki, though, is there, camps the 10, and he's got it. Well, Castro's up. This dude obviously had a really good game overall. He had the incredible double in the beginning of the game. Then he had, obviously, the best play of the game by far, the home run rob, but he gets nothing here in the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th inning, we're trying to get a rally. Cut the lead to 2. That would be obviously ideal in this inning. Gleyber Torres, gets a hold of one. Hold on a second. Left fielder's going back. Can Castro get this one? No, he cannot. Gleyber Torres, in his first game against his former team after getting traded, goes deep. Hey, don't count the Orioles out just yet. We got a full count now for Cedric Mullins. Obviously dangerous in the base pass. Gets a hold of one. Doesn't think he has quite all of that one, though it is carrying a little bit. Judge gives up on it. Center fielder's going back, and Hicks makes a pretty good lazy grab on it. Mountcastle single in the 8th inning, 25 home runs this season. Second of the team, only behind Cedric Mullins. Looking to keep this rally going for the team right now. 1 out so far. Gets a hold of one. Carrying a little bit. We'd love to see it even go off the wall. That'd be great, but Judge, he's not letting it past him. Suzuki's still holding on to that single he had earlier in the ball game. He's got a 1-1 count here with 2 outs. And nobody on in the bottom of the 8th inning, down 5. Holds up on that one, gives it 2 strikes now. It's really just one inning that hurt us so much. And if we didn't have that inning go as bad as it did, life would be better. But Suzuki says, I don't care about that inning. We're coming back. Suzuki notches up that home run to make it only a 4-run game. So Lucas is going to come in here 2-2 in the season with a 3.61 ERA and a little bit lower ERA than we saw from Rodriguez. We've cut this lead down to 4. We'd still love to see something going here with a 2-out rally at the bottom of the 8th inning. Santander, a guy with more power than he knows what to do with, is going to hit this one. Castro's on the wall. And we're 3 feet away from that being another home run. The lead is cut to 4, but we still got plenty of work to do. In comes Dylan Tate for us to try to just keep this lead where it is. Reyes has done a fantastic job. Again, the home run he gave up, it is what it is. We didn't really expect Aaron Hicks to go deep like that, but you know what? He still battled and did incredibly well. Tate against Connor Falefa, going with the slider. Got him a swing, barely makes contact. Tate, though, makes a great play there, gets to the first, and we got our first out of the inning. Aaron Judge, 2 singles and an RBI already today. Does have 2 strikes on him at the moment. We're going to try to see if we can get him a punch out. That's a little too much inside, and ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Judge, he's left the building again. So we missed placement with that ball. Obviously, it doesn't go where we wanted to. It ends up being out of the stadium, and that makes this comeback infinitely more difficult as Giancarlo Stanton goes yard as well. Tate has typically been really well for us this season, but back-to-back home runs is not ideal. Josh Donaldson, the guy that still has some power in his bat as well, hits one up the middle. This one is going to go right past Gleyber Torres. I personally thought he had that one, but unfortunately that glove was just a little bit behind. We do have the bullpen up and going, though. Tate just trying to get out of the 9th inning so we can try to make some sort of insane rally. We would need 6 runs just to extend it to extras. This ball goes right by our first baseman. Mountcastle can't get to it, but Suzuki fields it cleanly, gets it over to third. We're going to bring in Jordan Lyles here. We don't want to waste any of our sort of closing pitchers. We're going to bring in Lyles, who's more of a long reliever guy. Starting pitching talent, honestly, but just hasn't really made that jump for us just yet. Little double play gets us out of the inning, and Lyles gets us out of a jam. Rushman is going to start off the bottom of the 9th inning, and we need a whole lot of help here. Lucas Litke is going to try to stop us, but we'll see what Rushman has to say about it. Let's that first one go away. Little 2-1 count. Rushman misses on that a bit. 2-2 count coming in. Inside. Wow, what a pitch. Absolutely jammed us. We thought it was going to stop a little bit more, but that tailed way more than we thought. Austin Hayes had a heck of a ball game. A home run, a single. Had a fielder's choice earlier as well. This guy has just been incredible at the plate this afternoon. Gets a hold of one here. That one, though, well, going a little bit further than we thought, is just not enough. 2 down and an impossible task ahead. Nolan Gorman with a little lefty on lefty crime. He's at a 3-2 count here. Potentially could get on base if we see a walk. Gorman gets a hold of one, but a little off center of that one. Aaron Hicks, the guy who really started a lot of this, makes the last out. And the Orioles, while we played well at times, it's just the pitching let us down. Dio Hall, a young guy with tons of talent, but he had an inning today that was less than ideal. Just recapping the stats, Giancarlo Stanton goes 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Tyler Alexander somehow gets the W despite us shelling him earlier in the game. He gives us 3 earned runs, 6 hits, and 5 2/3. And Dio Hall, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, 8 earned runs. You hate to see it. You really do. But at the end of the day, we'll be fine. Look, we are a team that is moving in the right direction. Despite this game setting us back a little bit, I believe in what we got. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.